Okay, we are back. We are back in Middle Earth. We are back with Garylad. It is a particularly nasty day in bree-land, which sort of mirrors the day we're having here in the southern United States. So it's fitting, I suppose. And we are continuing on in. Where are we? We are in Andreth. Uh, Trying to figure out why this area has been barricaded and what particularly is going on down here. I found something, by the way. Oh, it looks like I have a new hat, and a pretty good one. I haven't tried it on yet, so we're about to see how this goes. Oh my. Okay. Well, it's a bit troubling. Going for the turtle shell look, I see, but it works. The stats are good, and isn't that what matters? All right, let's get beast. We have a lot to do in this area. Um, Mainly just kill a lot of enemies. I feel like I'm taller with this hat on, which it seems like the opposite should be true. I don't know why I feel taller. Maybe it's an overall head shape situation. Oh dear. I think once I get to level 20, I'm going to go ahead and start making some cosmetic adjustments to my character's appearance, as opposed to just letting the chips fall where they may on gear. Part of me likes the added sense of progression of getting better looking gear, but the bottom line is, in this game, unless you put a little bit of intentionality into it, it's never going to look really good. It's always going to look sort of like a bag of Skittles, unfortunately. Hmm. Wait, did I? gain anything from that? Something seems strange. Good job, Beast. Yeah, see, this is a bit frustrating because we really could just go through this gate and be in a level 60 zone. It just makes sense that they would open this up eventually. Maybe make it based on your level. Another lore master. It's okay, Beast. You're much cooler than that bear. Even if he does have... Why does that bear look different than mine? Can I get cosmetic upgrades at this level? Sorry, Beast. Respawn rate is pretty good in this area, which is convenient. All right. Uh-oh. Where's that new power drain skill? That one. So that does virtually no actual damage. Uh-oh. Stealth respawn. I would really like it if I could send my pets to collect my caravan goods. What I want to be able to do is basically just stand in place and have my pets play the whole game for me. How does he have a shield? item. I'm assuming. Alright, this is what we want, our lieutenant. I'm willing to share it with you if you want to go ahead and attack. Go. Excellent. Yeah, this bear, you know, don't get self-conscious, beast. You know, size is not the only factor, as they say. Alright, now there should be a half-orc sentry. Yeah, defeat the half-orc leader. Back this way. Oh. I guess he is this way. Is he down this way? Yeah, okay. I had thought as much. Okay. Gotta stay focused, beast. Alright, I need one more crate. There we are. Beast, you attack. Excellent. You know, is that actually everything, though? Looks like it. That's an interesting banner. I wonder what that signifies. Looks like a little knoll with 3 trees.
What can I do for you?
As I expected, I fear that my companion, Walter Oakdale, is right. Bree cannot solve this problem alone. We will need to seek counsel elsewhere. You have done your service to bree-land, Geralad. I offer you only what you have earned and what we can spare.
How can I be of service?
We cannot restore those who are taken, but we can rest in knowing that some manner of justice has been served. I cannot say that the future of bree-land is brighter, as even now I see that the numbers of this enemy swells to restore those purged. Bree-land is in grave danger from this sharky fellow.
Could I speak with you a moment?
My resolve will not falter, but logic bids me act quickly, and so I will. I need you to return to Chief Watcher Grimbriar with all haste. Tell him what you have seen here, and implore him to see through his hatred of the Rangers. They may be the only ally which Bree-land can rely upon in this dark time. This fortress is lost to us, but Oakdale and I will continue to do what we can to stave the tide from spilling into Bree-land before the citizens have been prepared. Go now, before these fiends see our location, and bring about the end of our resistance before it has begun. Hey, look at that. Some might staff, unfortunately, but... Why is there even a might staff? There are no might classes that use staffs, are there? Am I going crazy here?
Greetings.
I will hail the next caravan finding their way through the gates, dispatch of any brigands foolish enough to cross me, and speed these goods along to those in need. It may not be much, but this will surely help to alleviate what must be a growing problem among many of the farmers in Bree-land. Here, you have earned this. So that's the solution, is just to accept that this is overrun for now, and you're gonna do your best to save the next caravan. I mean, I literally did nothing.
How can I be of service?
The terrible acts I witnessed that creature perform will not leave me, but I may find restful sleep again, knowing that you have brought his reign to an end. I have little to offer you, but this is well deserved. Well, I'll use it. Oh, good. Alright, what do I got here? Not a lot. Getting no coverage from the rain over here. Alright, I forgot about the Neeker-breakers. We have to do the Neeker-breaker quest, which is basically pest control. I think it was Sam Gamgee who named the Neeker-breakers. They were sort of heard off in the distance, or maybe not off in the distance, but they were heard in the Midgewater Marsh right here. Because the Fellowship came through South Bree and then crossed through the Midgewater Marshes. And they heard, you could hear the Neeker-breakers. And I think Sam was the one who coined the name, because that's sort of, his description of what the sound was. Of course, there's no reason to assume that they were larger than life insects. That's just, the developers wanted to take advantage of the fact that they existed at all, and, any little way to vary the mobs, which I don't blame them. You wouldn't normally find insects out in a thunderstorm like this. But these are not ordinary insects, are they? I guess now that I've settled on cooking, I should be collecting these vegetables when they pop up. I'm probably going to wait. Probably going to wait until again after level 20, and I'll just do a stream, sort of getting used to the whole farming and cooking and crafting, and try to go through at least one entire tier in one sitting. It'll be a learning experience. Let's see. Ah. They're awfully pathetic little creatures, really. I almost feel sorry for them. It's the sounds they make, I think, that does it. We're surrounded by turtles. Seems reasonable enough, I suppose. Ooh. Should see somebody about that beast. All right. We are now one tater richer. Victor in chat asks what class I'm actually playing. This is the Lore Master class. It's the Lord of the Rings equivalent to a mage class. Which means not really a mage, but, you know, close enough.
What do you need?
Yes, yes. I could hear the sound of the swamp diminish as the Nikas retreated from around the camp. I thank you, friend. Perhaps tonight I will find a true rest that will strengthen my resolve and restore my heart. You're bad at your job. That's what I think. That is the cry of all MMO players everywhere to every NPC they encounter. You are bad at your job. So yeah, we're going all the way back up to the middle of the map here. Alright.
What can I do for you?
Brittleleaf and Oakdale are no cowards, but I cannot heed their advice. The Rangers are a dangerous, wild lot and do more harm in this land than good. I would not invite them into Bree-land where they will install themselves as our overlords as soon as this crisis is ended. No, there must be another way. I have received other news from within the bounds of Bree-land, of the citizens that need defense from this brigand menace. I would see you aid them before seeking the yoke of the Rangers. Right, new staff. Here we go. Where are we at? Staff. I'm completely blind right now. Another misleading staff. Look at this. Look at the picture. It's nothing like that at all. It's just another stick.
Might I take a moment of your time?
I will take the voice of my other watchers under careful consideration. You must understand, however, that the Rangers are brutes in their own right, and have long been a menace along our borders. Ask those in Tristlebridge and the farmland of the North Downs, and you will see the same response to the Rangers. Not a single one of them can be trusted. As I said, there are others within Bree-land who need assistance, and you have proven yourself a valuable ally and more than capable combatant. I would have you visit one of these folk. Adso Haybank is the hobbit building an inn along the Great East Road stretching between Bree and Buckland. He has sent a message that brigands are stealing his materials and threatening the lives of his workers. If you would, please visit him and see what can be done. I will continue to think on an alternate course of action. You will find him west along the Great East Road, south of this cabin, between Bree and Buckland. I will get right on that, Mr. Grimbrier. But first, I actually want to see... I feel like we should be doing the epic story before we get too far beyond level 15. And I want to do this class quest, as this is actually somewhat of an improvement. Well, honestly, not really, but we're probably going to switch out anyway, just for the sake of variety. Which I am perfectly aware can be achieved cosmetically, but we're not doing that right now. Alright, so we're going to go through town and go to Combe. Lag spikes and Bree. We all have to get used to it. Oh, this is particularly bad. Here we are. Have I already done this?
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
No, I'm not interested.
What can I do for you this fine day?
Journeyman cooking recipes. All right. Will there be any concerts going on? It's highly possible that there are other players here that have just simply not loaded in yet. That is something that happens to me. Constable Underhill. Now, Underhill is the pseudonym being used by Frodo for security purposes in Bree-land. And we are indeed dealing with a hobbit, so... What are the odds of a hobbit being a constable? It seems pretty slim to me.
Hello there.
Hello there. Is there something I can help you with? The black walls have been broken and scattered, you say? This is good news for Combe. So this ranger, Strider, thinks we should investigate Skunkwood's old hideout. Well now, I'm not sure of that. It's not a safe place, I hear.
Might I have a word with you?
A level up. Here's this stupid hobnoggin. Well, I suppose you're right. I should make sure those Blackwolds aren't hiding in that cave of theirs again, mustering their strength. But I'll want some help. Will you travel with me to Skunkwood's old hideout? It's south of the guardhouse at the northeast end of the Staddle Pond, near Staddle Falls. If they are gathering there, I'll need help driving them out again. When you are ready, come back and we'll go together to the old hideout. Did we get any? No, we did not. No more points.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Wait, did we get... Alright. I'm gonna have to buy this, but that won't be an issue. How are we on virtues? We have this. Empathy. Very good. That's a good one. Okay.
How do you do?
Alright, I'm ready to go. Are you? Absolutely.
Amdir's defeat shattered the back of the Black Walls, but pieces of the mystery remain unsolved.
Just for fun, let's do... Spring Out. Our bird. Did we even name our bird? No.
Goodness.
This place is quiet as a tomb. I wish we could just say all was peaceful and leave, but I suppose we need to do a better job of it than that. Alright, no use putting off what must be done. Come along, and make sure you have your blade at the ready, in case we run into any trouble. Blade? Who needs a blade when you have a stick? And a bird? Oh, jeez. I don't even remember what the purpose of this bird is, to be honest. What its specialty is. I have new skills. I haven't even looked at my new skills. Oh, you'll be fine. Another days? Wow. Scorgrim. Oh, okay. Wow. You're gonna follow after. Okay. Well, we're in trouble then.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
You couldn't have come a moment earlier, could you? After that dwarf stuck me through, maybe? Before. I guess that's before. Oh well, suppose that's just the way of it. First it was that Aelgin, saying that if we pledged to Angmar, we'd be made rich. Well, when that all fell apart, a few of us decided we didn't want anything to do with Angmar anymore. We started talking to some new fellows, men who came up from the south. An ugly bunch they were, but at least they didn't seem likely to go raising fell spirits or some such on us. Seems though Angmar didn't like the prospect of us leaving them. That dwarf came along, and you see how that ended. Now I suppose the Blackwalls are at their end. Oh, jeez. Oversell that much? Alright, let's see what we got here. Another days. Alright. That needs to be... And this doesn't seem all that useful, but we'll get it out. Yeah, that'll be fine. Ugh. Jeez. What are you, making him into marionettes or something?
Just a moment.
Well, it seems that strange dwarf escaped. How he got out of here is a mystery to me. And from what you said of that brigand's tale, that dwarf was the one we should have been worried about, not these Blackwolds. Well, I suppose the Blackwolds are truly broken now, but for some reason I still don't feel safe. Well, there's not much more we can do here. You'd best take tidings back to your ranger friend in Bree. It's best we leave this place.
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire have been scattered or slain. Frodo has left the Shire, but great perils await him in Bree. I am too late. Someone must find him before the Nazgûl.
Someone must find him before the Nazgûl.
Hello there.
Good show indeed. You sure show those Blackwold rascals what for. These are identical.
Can I take a moment of your time?
Good day to you. What are you still doing about here? Those Blackwolds are gone, and likely for good. That strange dwarf might still be around, but I'll wager he went on to somewhere a bit more interesting. You should take that news on to your friend Strider in Breetown. If he sent you out here, he likely wants to know what we found. He'll probably be at the Prancing Pony. Those rangers surely like their beer, and the pony has the best. Thank you for your help, but there's no use worrying about brigands around here anymore. Seems unnecessary to transport me here. I'm not far from Combe anyway. I mean, if you're going to do that, I can think of other quest lines where that would have made more sense. Do we want to change into these? Let's see how they look. Oh, we can't tell. Because we wear robes. I don't quite remember the...
We must move quickly.
You have returned, and just in time. Much has happened since you left, but I have little time to relate it. The tidings you have brought me will be of great use to my men here in Bree-land, but there is a more immediate threat we must deal with now. While you were away, those same Nazgul you saw with Amdir attacked the pony. They were in search of the travelers I had been awaiting, 4 hobbits of the Shire. I cannot tell you why they had such interest in my companions, but I can tell you that I will have need of your help again.
I need your aid.
While both you and I have seen 5 Nazgul, their true number is 9. Before I can take my charges beyond Bree, I must know where the other 4 are hiding. Would you travel to the west and speak to Langolin? I sent him to Buckland to watch over a particular hobbit, but it seems that Mr. Underhill and his friends decided to take a different path and are now here under my protection. Still, Langolin may know the whereabouts of the remaining Nazgul. He camps on a rise just north of the Buckland Gate, and may have seen something that will aid me. You must hurry. I cannot afford to delay here overly long. That's interesting. Okay, so we're going to... So the hobbits are here now. Still hidden, apparently. The Fellowship is basically all in the Prancing Pony, and they want to know what's going on before they... set off further. Okay. Strange to have a... Let me take a look here. Yeah, why the mixture of bree-land style and hobbit style doors, I wonder. Just to make everyone feel at home, I guess. Let's go do the quest involving the Lore Master Trainer. Before we go further. Because I think we're going to be going west of town for a good while after this. Oh. Pink Rage in chat. I suggest Landreval is the server I play on. I think it's uniquely, it's got a uniquely creative community here. There's a lot of fun events going on fairly regularly. Oh my. So, what level are these
Could
quests?
I speak with you
12?
a moment?
Do we want to stay in this town? This is Staddle, and do random low-level quests.
Would you do something for me?
Might I take a moment of your time?
The only thing I can see gaining is deeds, and I'm not really that concerned with that right now. I think I'm gonna bypass it. We're gonna skip Staddle. You know, I really love Staddle. I would live in a town like this. Alright, where are we now? The yellow tree. I feel like the yellow tree was mentioned in the books. Maybe just in passing. I could be wrong.
How can I be of service?
Welcome, Geralad. Rumor of my father's wisdom has oft brought lore masters such as yourself to hear my words, and I fear sometimes that they leave me in disappointment. I do not have the knowledge my father had. Indeed, his way of thinking was so very different from my own that I cannot comprehend even what he considered most simple. Consider the organization of his library. He found a suitable cave in the rocky hills of Bree-land and took it for his private library, filling it with books and scrolls collected over the course of his long life. But whenever I seek to find one of the books of which he spoke to me, I am completely at a loss. He entrusted me with a catalogue detailing which books could be found on which shelves, but the system simply made no sense to me, and I was careless with the pages. Now I have only the last one. Brigands and goblins have no doubt found the others by now. Without the full catalogue, how am I to find on the hardiness of animals in the wilderness? My father assured me before his death that it was on the shelf in his library. I will share with you the wisdom contained between its covers if you help me find this book, Geralad. The library is large, and we can search it unaided if you like, but it would certainly be easier with every page of the catalogue. That seems like a waste of time, to be honest. I do not know where they may be, but searching for them will make the book easier to locate. We will need haste, for the goblins have been digging dangerously near to it, and are certain to break into the library soon. Speak with me when you are ready to go. Here is the only page of the catalogue I still possess. Oh, alright. Uh-oh. We have a situation. Not having beasts is part of the problem, of course. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready to travel with me to the cave that contains my father's library? I ask only that you keep its location a secret. Well, considering that you're going to teleport me there, I don't think that'll be a problem. I hope you do not think I'm being too forward, but have you located any pages of my father's catalogue yet? We can search unaided, but perhaps you will be able to learn which shelf on the hardiness of animals in the wilderness resides from them where I failed. No doubt some goblin, brigand, or treasure seeker of bree-land has found the pages and carried them off by now. If you feel confident that you know on which shelf the book resides, I am ready to travel as well. So, is this a quest where I have an option to come back later and do? Let's give it a shot.
Dorset Oaks, the son of a lawmaster now dead, seeks the knowledge contained in his father's old library and is prepared to hunt for the pages to the catalogues his father had written. However, goblins have been digging in the caves near the library and may soon break through.
These same pictures were on a pillow in Bag End. Oh dear. Eventually we'll have to find it. Oh dear. Oh, wait. So I got one of the catalog pages. Okay. Alright, so I should really be looking at these, I guess. The lesser known wilds. Blah, 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 blah. The disorganization of my first library caused me no end of distress when I sought to find one book out of hundreds. Now that the mayor has given me permission to use this space, my collection having greatly expanded, I have sworn to better organize it. Oh. dear. No more papers. Okay. Let's see again. Creatures of evil and malice. Ha. Let's see. Zavkaraf in chat? Am I using max settings? No, I'm using... I think I'm pretty high up there, though. Let's see. I'm using... Yeah, a custom setting, but it's basically very, very high. By no means maxed out, though. Pankrage asks about class race combinations. I don't think they're very relevant. Maybe mildly so in certain situations, but I don't see why an elf would be a superior hunter. Let's see, if you go into... So our class, this is our race traits. Parry. Yeah, let's return home skill. Max power. Okay, yeah, there's what you want. 5% bow damage. So yeah, in the this is the only thing that would make the elf a slightly better choice for a hunter, is this 5% bow damage. And that too, though. Plus 20 fate. Yeah, that, I mean, that, for what it's worth, the 5% bow damage is a thing. Wait, seriously? I can't just fight the guy? Oh. Oh, this is a time distance. Well, I didn't know that. Huh, okay. So I guess I need to come back after I collect a bunch of pages of their stupid book. That's unfortunate. BNC. I feel like this... Yeah, this is page 1, okay. Well, we'll see what happens as we move on. I'm gonna go on to the other quests that I have, and we'll see how many pages I collect as I go. Definitely didn't skimp on security here. The fence and the ditch and the hedge wall. Right. I am going to, as I am prone to do, step away for a few seconds. And as always, while I'm gone, Garrelad is going to be. Let's see. How does Garrelad feel about me leaving today? Well, he doesn't like that he's out in the middle of the rain, so he's very sad about the situation. So, everyone, enjoy this. I will be back very, very shortly. Just look at that face. Elves have the worst faces. By a long shot. Look at that profile. Only a mother could love it. I'm not taking advantage of my various food items. It has not stopped raining. It has not come close to stopping raining. It's been storming since I got on. Alright. Adso Haybank. Another hobbit.
Hello?
Grimbra couldn't send no one else. Woe is me and mine. We have much trouble here, and I truly hope that you are able to help as the Chief Watcher thinks you can.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Hey, friend, you're not far from here. You're not from around here, and that may be a good thing. This is serious business, and I can't trust any of these louts with something so delicate. Making a place of my own took an unexpected turn not so long ago, and I am loath to tell my workers what has happened. I hope that you can help me with this matter. This satchel holds the last payment I need to make to ensure the safety of the folks here and the sanctity of this soon-to-be splendid landmark. Just take it to the old Sweetgrass Farm, a little ways northeast of here, and give it over to the man who answers the door. It may be Bill Fernie, that is, or one of his helpers. Bill said he'll only be there at night, so don't waste your time hanging around during the day to catch a glimpse of him. Just knock on the door or ring the bell and hand over the satchel. Hear me?
I don't suppose it matters if it's Bill or his assistant. Bill Fernie, I believe he's the character who sort of sells out the hobbits when they're staying in the Prancing Pony. I don't know why I'm doubting myself on this. This is a fairly easy trivia, I think. Nope, there's Bill.
What do you need?
Ha! Soon Sharky's men will have all of Bree well in hand. With cowards like that little worm Adso on the hill, there's no question of that. You just tell Adso that this payment has been received, but he better have another ready next week, or it will go badly for him. I'm pretty sure I was told that was the last payment. You ass. Apple tree.
Is there something I can do for you?
Another payment? This was supposed to be the last. I'll be driven to ruin, that rotten. But enough of my blather. I shouldn't burden you with my problems. No, I should thank you for your help, friend. Truth be told, I was a bit frightened to go out there at night by myself. If I could impose on you again, I have some true debts to pay, and to a nicer sort of folk.
Please stay a moment.
I do not know what to do. The brigands told me to pay them 3 equal payments and that they would spare my workers and myself. I held my part of the bargain. Now they want more. I haven't anything left after sending workers to Buckland for supplies and the meager rewards I can offer folk for helping out here and there. I cannot allow my workers to suffer for my mistakes. I fear I might need to stop work on the inn, but Chief Watcher Grimbriar is working against the brigands here, so I must ask. Would you be willing to help me send a message to these brigands? I hear that you have already done some work against the brigands before. I am sorry if I am mistaken, but these are evil men, and they must be stopped. If you are willing to help, could you return to the old Sweetgrass Farm and send a message to these brigands? The old Sweetgrass Farm is just a short distance northeast of here. I think I can manage that. They will likely have pages for my book that I need.
I do not ask much of you.
Boars can grow quite large and dangerous. The boars of Bree have always been a source of food, and the ones here in the southern Bree fields are no exception. Adso and others have grown fond of one of my meals, boar's head stew. Oh, jeez. If you could help gather the heads, I can make my delicacy and keep folks here well fed. 10 boar's heads. Just imagine what carrying around 10 boar's heads would look like in real life. How do you feel about that, Garrett? My thoughts exactly.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Hail, friend. I have news that will likely make you see the severity of our lives here. Atso is a good fellow, trying very hard to keep us safe, and he has done a wonderful job with the meager means he has left. But I simply know that it is not enough. These brigands encroach ever closer, and they will not leave us be. Already, those knaves up near the old Sweetgrass farm have taken tools and corn purses from the workers here. Those who keep their faith in Adso, and now Adso puts his faith in you. How do you feel about helping Adso see the worth of his workers? I feel great about that. Thank you. Alright, lots of killing of brigands. Don't want to try out any of my new skills. I don't really like the setup here, actually. So what is this exactly? So this is just a heal, basic heal, I guess. Let's do... For now, let's do this. This is the daze. Okay, this is the stun. Hello there. No luck in the boar's head. By the way, there's a company, a meat company actually, that serves deli-style meats called Boar's Head, and their product is exceptional. So if you ever find your way to a public supermarket, pick up some boar's head meat or cheese. It's a pretty decent attack, to be honest.
very good opener. The old Sweetgrass Farm. Excellent. As I've said before, my only other class that I really play, only other character I really play, is a Hobbit Burglar. And one of the other perks of playing a normal sized class is I get to see sort of over the grass when I'm in these sorts of areas. Alright, 10 points. Brigand Slayer. Excellent. Still doing a fairly poor job at developing a reasonable, well-rounded skill rotation, I think. I mean, maybe this new days is sort of my key to fixing that, but I don't know. It doesn't feel smooth to me yet. And I'm hoping I'm just the error is on my part. Alright, so we just need boar heads. Let's go decapitate wild animals. We're just assuming that I'm carrying around a sort of a field knife in my pocket or my boot to aid in the carving of the heads, and that I'm not, in fact, carving them off with my staff. I think that seems like a reasonable assumption. Or I could be using a spell for it, I suppose. Maybe lightning, ripping their head off with lightning. The most obvious assumption, of course, is just that Beast is pulling the heads right off the bodies. Let's die. Watch the bear. Right, finally. That felt like a long quest. A lot of boars had to die for me to get these 10 heads. Roger Hawking.
This is intolerable.
Ah, a very fine job, to say the least.
Do I want tailoring lore or cooking lore?
I'll not be ignored.
That's worse than the one we have. A little bit. The fate's good. But the question is, does it look better? No, it does not.
You there. We've a wolf problem which needs addressing. Some time ago, Adso bought a fine fat milk cow out of Buckland, but filthy wolves out of the old forest stole it, slaughtered it, and dragged it off. Hunt down the foul wolves in the northern part of the old forest. Bring me the pelts as evidence of your work. I won't take any old shabby pelt, mind you. I'll only accept the largest and most luxurious. Or lustrous, actually.
Same thing, I suppose.
Stay and hear me out.
We have been working quite hard on this building for some time now, and it's thirsty work, but it seems that our water supply is running low. One of our hunters came across a spring in the northern parts of the old forest where the water is particularly sweet and refreshing. A strange thing to find in such a wretched, gloomy wood. Go southwest into the old forest and stay in the north woods. The spring is a beautiful place, hard to miss in that dismal forest. I would appreciate it if you could fetch that water for me as soon as possible. I would hate to run out before you return. The forest is getting dangerous, I hear, so you'll want to be careful. The old forest. One of my very favorite parts of this entire game is the old forest. I would probably place it on my top 10 favorite locations. And I think that has mainly to do with the nostalgia of the way it was, the way it felt going in there the first time. It was the first truly, at least perceived to be dangerous places you enter.
as a new player. At least it had that sense, that sort of awe-inspiring sense of danger.
What do you need?
It's done then, and too late to change now. Oh me. I fear I have made a greater error than ever before. One of the men came here, and I stood up to him. I fear that this may have been an error. What was that? Oh, reputation. Good. Alright, so my reputation with the men of Bree has gone up. I'm now an acquaintance. So, nothing to write home about, but every little bit helps.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Before you run off, I want to ask you for another favor. While that brigand was talking to me, I saw one of his seconds bullying one of my workers, while two others made off with a lot of my produce. That produce feeds my workers and keeps them strong. I need to get that back if they are to remain hale and hearty. I am certain that you will find that the produce has been distributed to any of those foul brigands in the southern Bree fields, but there are plenty near the ruins where you are going. Would you recover the produce for me? Of course I will.
Might I have a word with you?
By standing up to the men, a fearsome brigand named Dirk Hawthorne, I fear I have doomed us all. He set up a camp immediately to the east, just on the south side of the ruins here. He threatened to return with enough forces to stamp out my little homestead before it can be recognized as anything more than a burned patch of land. Mercy me, what a fool am I. Please, Gary lad, help me fix this error so that I can see this dream realized. I don't know what it is about the Hobbit voice that I struggle with.
What can I do for you?
Look at that. You've got them all back. I will be sure to see that these are given back to their rightful owners. I must say, perhaps Adso is right to put his faith in you.
Would you do something for me?
Nails are running low, yes. The brigands even took our nails. Can you imagine? Thieves of a different sort than I have ever seen. We needn't fret over the nails, though, and with the cost of iron where it is, I have reasoned a better solution to the problem with building Adso's Inn. The only problem is that the solution lay to the south within the old forest. In the shadow of the giant trees, there you will find roots, massive tendrils poking from the earth with the strength of the ages. If we can get tough vine from these roots, we can craft strappings to tie our crossbeams together and save the remaining nails for everything else that we need to build. What say you? Do you have the heart to face that dark and gloomy place to collect up some strapping from these roots? Okay. So I've got... Well, that could... Okay. So we're in the forest and we're killing Dirk Hawthorne. Continuing our pattern of unintimidating named villains. I wonder if Dirk is related to Blake from earlier.
Cat on the keyboard. Alright, Jasper. Find a spot and stay there. There he is. The infamous Dirk Hawthorne. Oh dear. Stay back here. Let him come to you. I don't like this situation one bit. Is he rooted? Did you root him? Do I have a root? I don't think I have a root. Right. Cracked earth. There's something ridiculously satisfying about that staff swipe. Nothing fancy about it, just slapping him in the face with a stick. Oh, jeez. No! Problem. This is a problem. I'm sure I'm overreacting here, but I really want to get that undefeated title. And this is not the way to go about doing it. Good work, Beast. As usual, I give you 75% of the credit. I really hope that the undefeated title actually does go to 20. I mean, I swear it does, but I could actually be wrong. Alright.
Just a moment.
You did it. Look at these onions, still green and fresh. My workers as well are indebted to you now. I haven't much more to give, but you have earned it at least this much. Thank you, Gary lad.
2 silver? Yeah, that's actually pretty terrible.
Just a moment.
With Dirk Hawthorne gone, I wonder if we can give Bill Fernie a bit of his own medicine.
Oh, I should hope so.
Might I speak with you a moment?
Look, friend, I have one more favor to ask of you, and it's a terrible thing, too, that fills me with shame to talk about. You know that Bill Fernie I had you pay off before? Well, he sent me a message telling me that his henchman, Brenmore, would be after me. He went so far as to tell me that the knave is west and north at some place called Outlaw's Haven. It seems all his big talk is backed by this fellow, and if he is to come here, this scant crew will be useless. But you've proven yourself over and again. If you can drive off this Brenmore, maybe I can get out of this mess. Get rid of him for me, and I swear it's the last thing I'll ask of you. And I'll pay you well, too. Apparently the Outlaw's Haven is west of my camp and a little ways north, with watchpost and a fenced encampment on a hill. And we get another... It looks like a terrible hat. Let's check it. Yeah. That is very unfortunate.
Please,
Let's do
stay a moment.
So yeah, that's all I got. Okay.
Will you let me speak my piece?
Winter will be upon us soon, and folk around here will need to keep warm. Those Southerners keep looting the site here and taking the most important things this camp has, chief among them blankets and pelts for keeping warm. I joined Adso here because the pay was good and hunting bear had long been my profession. Bear hides can be used for good blankets, but I can only hunt so many, and there is need of me to cure the hides. If you are willing, there are a great many bears in the hollow just north of Outlaw's Haven. Outlaw's Haven is west and north of Adso's camp. Get me some hides, and I will make it worth your while. Another MMO staple. Winter is always coming, and some animal needs to die to keep everybody warm. Alright, so that's the boss, I guess. Wait, no, that's... I don't know, that might be... Yeah. No more quests over here, huh? Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and take care of the Outlaw's Haven character. And then we will probably leave it at that. Come beast. I know you're not gonna like this, but remember, you're an Eriluan bear. You're not a bree-land bear. These are not your people. Of course, we don't seem to be finding any bears. There's one. It seems strange that this is the only quest in Outlaw's Haven. I really hope that I'm not missing a bunch more that I would have had bestowed upon me after the Old Forest quest. Alright, let's get serious here. Please. An hour. Let's save that.
I guess there really isn't much to Outlaws Haven. I was expecting it to be as big as the last little brigand encampment we stumbled upon, but yeah, just a boss fight. Oh wow, killed himself. Ha. I suppose we should be on off-road, since we are technically still hunting bears.
Hello.
Thank you for your help, Gary lad, though I wish I didn't have to ask you to do it. I should have been the one, but I'm such a small person in this big world. Still, you've done everything I could have asked and more. You will always be welcome at Adso's.
Alright. What do we got? Anything good? We have our new hat. Look at that. Would you look at that hat? My thoughts exactly, Gerlad. Alright, when we come back, we're going to... Actually, let's look at this. Not too complicated, just we need more pages. Alright, when we come back, we'll get our bear pelts and we will go into the Old Forest, which I'm very excited about. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will be back sometime this week. Thank you.